Welcome back to Football Week 4. Mark Heller here with Kyle Odegard. We're doing a quick preview of Pinnacle at Basha. We talked about Mountain Point at Chandler as a large tilt in the Southeast Valley. This would be the next largest tilt in the Southeast Valley. Basha coming off a drubbing at the hands of Centennial, especially defensively. Last week they turned it around, scored 54 points against Chavez in a win. Obviously, Basha's offense, led by Zach Werlinger, who is quite the good quarterback. In case you haven't seen him play, go see him play. Against a pretty good Pinnacle defense. Pinnacle, obviously a terrific showing against Hamilton. We both wanted them to go for it on fourth down at the end of the game, but they didn't. But they gave Hamilton all they could handle, which I think is sort of quasi-victory for Pinnacle on its own. They have to go back on the road now on a long trip to Southeast Chandler from North Phoenix. And take on a pretty good Basha offense. My question, A, is this going to be a letdown game for Pinnacle in any way? You would hope not, but given the emotional could-have-beens of last week and how well they played, they have to be able to turn around and get right back up and play a pretty good Basha team. So I wondered if that's an issue here at all. And the other part to me is whether Pinnacle can stop Basha's passing game. A passing game that they haven't really seen yet this season.
Right, and it's going to be natural when you almost beat a team like Hamilton to maybe, they're obviously feeling good about themselves, and now they think, we should be able to beat Basha because we almost beat Hamilton, and that's obviously, it makes sense to think that, but Basha's also a very good team, and like you said, if there's any letdown early, they're going to get down, and Pinnacle has to be ready from the first snap, and I think they will be because they're still trying to prove that they're one of the best teams in Division One. They haven't been there. They've kind of been on that second tier, and they want to be in that top 5, top 6 conversation. So I think they'll be ready for this one. And like you said, Basha's offense is really good. Werlinger's really good. The thing is, Basha, hasn't ran the ball really great these first few games. Rajon Merriweather is only averaging 3.5 yards a carry, and if Basha can't do both, Pinnacle can really sit back and, if you have to throw the ball 45 times a game, there's going to be an interception or two, and there's going to be, you're dropping back that much, there's going to be sacks and maybe fumbles. So Basha needs to prove that it can run the ball against a pretty good Pinnacle defense, and if it can't, I think that's a big advantage for Pinnacle. Even if the passing yards are big, like I said, it's more apt for more turnovers and things, which the Pioneers will take advantage of.
Yeah, and balance is definitely going to be the key. I'm going to take Pinnacle in this game in a very close one. I still have questions about Basha's defense, and remember Pinnacle because a pretty good running back of their own in Josh Hoekstra, who ran very effectively against Hamilton. And Basha has had all kinds of struggles at various points, stopping anybody run or pass. I do think I do think Basha will play it close, like you said. I think that offense, you can't stop it. But I do think Pinnacle can contain it well enough to pull out a close one. I'm going to go 24-20 Pinnacle.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I like Pinnacle a little bit more. I just like their balance and their defense. I think it's a really well-rounded team. And this game is, I think we know the top 4 right now, Hamilton, Mountain Point, Desert Ridge, and Chandler are clearly the top 4. The team that wins this game is right there for number 5 with Westview. So it's a big game to see who is kind of that next team on that list. I'll take Pinnacle. I think it's going to be really close. I'll say 35-34 Pinnacle.